Residents and tourists in Rome were stranded as transport workers held a 24-hour strike, which brought nearly all buses, trams and local trains to a halt. Hundreds of transport workers gathered in front of the Ministry of Public Transport as they took part in the strike, calling on the government to renew work contracts and make safety improvements for staff. Unions said they are urging the government to implement various measures to prevent and stop violent acts against transport workers. Ireland's Prime Minister Taoiseach Simon Harris triggered the start of the 2024 general election after he confirmed that he requested a dissolution of the current Irish Parliament. In a short address in Dublin, Harris thanked his colleagues in the centre-right Fine Gael party, as well as coalition partners Fianna Fáil and the Greens, though he acknowledged they did not agree on every issue.
This election must be a safe and respectful campaign for all politicians and all their teams, and I wish all candidates luck. Finally, I ask just one thing of the Irish people. Value your vote. Use your voice. That's how this country works. It's how we listen. It's how we act on your behalf.
Ireland's president must now approve Harris's request to dissolve the parliament, though this is only a formality. The country is in the middle of a housing and cost of living crisis, two topics that will be major concerns for voters as campaigning begins in earnest. Amsterdam banned all demonstrations for 3 days after clashes erupted between football fans and protesters in violence widely condemned as anti-Semitic by European leaders. Dutch police said 5 people were hospitalised and 62 detained after attackers targeted Israeli fans in town to watch a football game between Maccabi Tel Aviv and Dutch side Ajax. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sent planes to the Netherlands to bring fans home and called for increased security for the Jewish community. Several European leaders from places like France, Germany, Austria and the EU itself condemned the attacks, describing them as anti-Semitic. In turn, the Palestinian Ministry of Foreign Affairs condemned the Israeli fans for using anti-Arab chants ahead of the violence, and equally called on the Dutch government to protect Palestinians and Arabs in the Netherlands. Mozambique deployed soldiers to its streets to keep order following weeks of protests against its government, which is accused of rigging last month's election to extend its 49 years in power. Thousands set fires and barricaded roads in the country's capital on Thursday in the biggest demonstration since the October 9th election. Police fired tear gas and rubber bullets. At least 18 people have been killed since the allegedly rigged vote, with 66 injured in Thursday's clash.
Shiviluch, one of Russia's most active volcanoes on the Kamchatka Peninsula, erupted on Thursday evening, sending ash clouds up to 15 kilometers high and covering large areas with dust. The ash extended over 250 kilometers to the east, blanketing several villages. The Institute of Volcanology declared the highest possible aviation alert, according to Russian media. The Kamchatka Peninsula is one of the world's most concentrated areas with about 30 active volcanoes.
Cierran este Puskás Arena de Budapest la cumbre informal de líderes de la Unión Europea en un momento en el que la competitividad económica de los 27 está más en entredicho que nunca por la victoria electoral de Donald Trump en Estados Unidos. La Unión Europea lleva tiempo intentando no quedarse atrás ante el resto de sus competidores, pero la emergencia ahora mismo del cambio de ciclo en Estados Unidos no ha hecho que haya habido más que pocos avances, como por ejemplo un acuerdo de competitividad basado en un informe redactado por el expresidente del Banco Central Europeo, Mario Draghi. Eso sí, se han dejado algunos de los puntos más importantes en el tintero, como por ejemplo cómo financiar este imponente cambio tecnológico e industrial. Una de las ideas, la emisión de deuda común, no convence a varios Estados miembros. Aida Sánchez Alonso, Euronews, Budapest.